The Center for Medicare and Medicaid, known as the CMS, is responsible for enrolling individuals and businesses so that they can sell and prescribe durable medical equipment, prosthetics, orthotics, and supplies. Real quick, for the rest of this video, I'm going to either say DME Supplier or DMEPOS, so I don't have to continually say durable medical equipment, prosthetics, orthotics, and supplies. There's a lot to sort out when you're enrolling as a DME supplier. One of these requirements is purchasing a surety bond for every NPI or National Provider Identifier. This is going to allow you, again, to sell or prescribe medical equipment and supplies. But if this is your first time enrolling as a DME supplier, you've probably never even heard the term surety bond before. And that's why in this short video, I'm going to help you understand what a surety bond is, why DME suppliers are required to purchase one, how to purchase your bond and save money, plus helpful resources if you want to research further. All right, before we get into it, did you know it takes far less than 10 seconds just to quickly hit that like button for me? It's going to help YouTube put this video in front of other people who are enrolling as a DME supplier. Plus, you'll be doing me a huge favor. All right, let's answer the question, what is a surety bond? A surety bond, or in this case, a DMEPOS surety bond, is a contract that acts as a financial guarantee that you will follow the rules and standards for DMEPOS accreditation, conduct business with your customers using fair and ethical business practices, perform accurate billing to Medicare and other insurance providers for equipment and supplies. This bond is the primary tool the CMS uses to hold you accountable to your promises to your customers and when you're billing either Medicare or other insurance companies for supplies. It's for their protection. So if this bond is a form of protection, what does a DMEPOS surety bond protect against? Despite the strict enrollment requirements to become a DME supplier, every year there's going to be a small handful of DME suppliers who either harm the CMS, their customers, or third-party insurance companies that are involved in a transaction so that they can make more money. Examples of these fraudulent actions include things such as providing unnecessary equipment for a patient, like enrolling them in automatic refills when it's unnecessary, bill for a high-end equipment model, but provide the patient or customer with a lower-tier model, pocketing the difference, billing for non-existent equipment, providing equipment for supplies that do not meet safety standards, giving doctors or other professionals kickbacks for referrals and prescriptions for medical equipment. If the DME supplier is found guilty of these actions or similar actions, the customer, the CMS, or any third-party insurance company that's involved in the transaction can file a claim against the bond for financial compensation, but only up to the amount of the bond. So this brings us to, what is the bond amount? The bond amount is set by the CMS at $50,000 per NPI. So for example, if you're a doctor's office and you have 2 independent locations, each one's going to require its own NPI or National Provider Identifier, and each office will require its own surety bond. Remember, the $50,000 bond amount is the maximum amount of financial coverage available to customers, the CMS, and any other third-party insurance company if it's involved. The price to purchase this $50,000 surety bond is a small fraction of that. So this brings us to, how much does a DMEPOS bond cost? The price of this bond is based on a rate quoted from a surety. The surety is just an insurance company that offers to underwrite surety bonds, and every surety is going to be a little bit different. They're going to do their own independent analysis of the applicant, typically looking at factors such as personal credit of the individual or business owners, any relevant experience, and any prior bond claims if you or a business owner has been licensed in the past. So again, based on these factors, the surety is going to quote a rate. And this rate multiplied by the $50,000 bond amount is the price that you pay. And this is why it's so important to work with a specialized surety agency like Surety Bonds Direct. The reason is a specialized surety agency works with multiple A-rated sureties. Essentially what we do is we price shop for you to find you the lowest rate, which means the lowest possible price. Let's look at some examples so that you can actually see the difference. And what I want you to pay attention to is just how a 0.5% to 1% can make a huge difference in the price. This is going to allow you to potentially save hundreds of dollars. A 0.5% rate costs $250. A 1% rate costs $500. A 2% rate costs $1,000. And a 3% rate costs $1,500. So as you can see, a lower rate, it's a big deal. It can save you a lot of money. And think about it like this. This is money that you can put towards other costs, because there are quite a lot of other costs when you're going through enrollment to get your DME supplier accreditation. So looking at examples is great, but getting your own price is going to make a world of a difference. It's a no-brainer. So click on the link in the description. It's going to take you to our DME supplier bond page where you can request your pricing. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to have our bond specialists get you pricing, and even once you get pricing, there's no obligation to purchase. It's literally free information that you can use to plan ahead. Purchasing your DMEPOS bond. Once you agree to the price, purchasing the bond is as easy as filling out an online checkout form. Once your payment is processed, our bond issuance team will get to work on preparing your bond with all the appropriate information, including filling out the correct bond form with the correct signatures and the required power of attorney. The CMS will accept a copy of the bond, which means that we can email it to you to speed the process up. If you want a physical copy of the bond, we can mail it to you. Of course, that will take a few days for shipping. Renewing your DMEPOS bond. The DMEPOS bond has a bond term of 1 year from the effective date. The effective date is just the date where the bond becomes active, and you choose this date when you actually purchase your bond. This is another really good reason why you should work with a specialized surety agency like Surety Bonds Direct, because we manage this process for you. So after you purchase your bond, you can almost kind of forget about it, because as your bond expiration date approaches, your bond specialist will reach out to you 30 to 45 days in advance to remind you the expiration is coming. They'll have pricing for the renewal premium already ready to go, so that you can actually get the renewal part done quickly. This DME bond is continuous. All that means is once you pay the renewal premium, the bond stays active, so you don't have to submit any other additional paperwork or a brand new bond to the CMS. And that's it. That's the bonding process. It only takes 1 to 2 business days from start to finish. I hope it's not as complicated now that you understand what the bond is. If you have any questions about what we talked about, ask in the comments below. I always answer all questions. I also want you to go click on the link in the description and go get your actual pricing so that you can plan appropriately. I also have additional resources that you can use if you want to read a little bit more about the bond or the process of becoming a DME supplier. Remember, it takes far less than 10 seconds to hit that like button, and you'll be doing me a huge favor. You'll also make sure that YouTube puts this video in front of other people that are going through the enrollment process so that they too understand the bond. Thank you for watching.